Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Melody Purdy with the Eureka Springs channel. I have a special treat for you guys today. We're going to have a conversation with a candidate who's running for office, Mr. Rick Delaney. Let me get him onto the screen so you guys can meet him. We're up to date with all the things that are going on in our world. This is important, and so I wanted to make sure that we got some information out to you guys about Rick. Hi, Rick.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Melody. I appreciate it.
Well, it's an important conversation to have. As so many things going on in the world, social media is great. It also is our worst enemy a lot of times. But for folks that are not aware of you, tell everybody out there who's watching today and perhaps watching us on replay, what are you running for and why did you choose to do so?
Sure. And I do agree. The social media is a really good way. I've been doing everything I can to go out and meet folks, but I can only be stretched so far. So I do appreciate the opportunity to do this here. Anyhow, I am Rick Delaney. I live in Eureka Springs. I am retired for a couple of years now and been bored. But anyway, more to that later. I worked for 25 years for a large payroll and HR software company. I ended up being basically the manager for their payroll product strategy line. So it was pretty intense. I worked from home for the entire time I've lived in Eureka Springs, which is about 15 years now. So I didn't get out a lot because I was mostly stuck in front of the computer all the time. Anyhow, once I retired, I realized that I was going to be bored quickly. I did a few things. First, I volunteered out at Echo while they were doing the drive-through vaccinations for COVID. And I got to meet a lot of people then. I got to understand what people felt about the COVID the whole situation, how we were taking the vaccinations, what was going on in the world, how we were having to stay at home. So I was able to talk to a lot of people about that. After that was over, I went in and joined the Flint Street, started out as a volunteer. After I had volunteered for a while, I was asked to join the board, and I actually serve as president of the board now. So you can see I have gone from working full-time to working full-time as a volunteer.
Right.
It's been interesting. I do enjoy everything I do. I mean, it really is, I get a good feeling from it. I got involved with the Chris Jones campaign in 2022 when he was running. And I really did think Chris was a great opportunity for the state of Arkansas. And one, of course, was disappointed when he lost. But I thought, okay, let's see what's going to happen in Little Rock for the next year, and see, was my effort worth it going for Chris? And also, did we do the right thing in Arkansas on what we did? I watched the legislature pretty closely. And after the session was over, I thought, well, I think I could do better than that.
Yeah.
I talked with some friends, talked with my family, talked with my church members, and they encouraged me to run.
Yeah.
I got involved with an outfit called Contest Every Race because it was very likely that, it was going to be an uncontested race here in District 6. So I studied up on that, found out some good campaign techniques, and that's how I ended up where I am.
Okay. Well, thank you for being willing to serve. I think that's, anytime someone makes the conscious choice to be a part of legislature or anything that's having to do with the politics, it's a big step for a lot of people.
It's a big step.
It's a big step.
And I wonder every day, did I take the right step? So.
Well, but I think that you have a great background. It's a very interesting osmosis that you've gone to get to where you are now. But I guess my most important question I want to ask for you today is, for Arkansas, what do you think is, the most pressing issue that Arkansas is facing right now?
Oh man, I've got a list actually, but we're at the bottom of so many lists of the 50 states. Our maternal mortality, that's moms dying after giving birth. We are worst in the nation. Our food security, we're worst in the nation.
Mm,
There's just so many things that we need to do to make our state a better place to live.
mm-hmm,
Most of us come up to Northwest Arkansas, where my district is, retire, and we're happy here, but we forget about the problems of the state. And working down at Flint Street, I see that too. The food insecurity is a really big problem here. We need to do something to make that happen, to make things better. As a part of what I see at Flint Street, I also see the need for some health security. Right now, there are so many healthcare deserts in Arkansas. I've been reading in the Democrat Gazette about how the Newport had to close down its whole delivery unit in their hospital because of worries about liability and also about availability of doctors. So
mm-hmm,
that puts them in this maternity desert. And it's the same thing in Eureka. Carroll County is in the same situation. We don't have, a legitimate delivery place, to go to. And as far as I know, we have no OBGYNs in the county.
mm-hmm.
They have to go to Fayetteville, Springdale or Springfield or, Rogers. And that's a long way. And if you've got a problem and you have to get in the car and drive an hour and then
Mm-hmm.
sit in a waiting room, that's an issue. So
Well,
we need to work. Go ahead.
what's the pathway to address that though?
Well, one way I think we could do that is a little bit more education. We're going to have to do some money. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's a fact. I mean, in District 6, that also includes part of Boone County. They lost their clinic, the only clinic they had in those 3 districts of the county. Luckily, Boston Medical was able to step in, Boston Mountain. And that's what it's going to take. I think more
Mm-hmm.
smaller units, but it's also going to make, we're going to have to do something to reduce some of the liabilities. I mean, to get OBGYNs, they're scared to operate in Arkansas because of the liability that may occur.
Right.
They don't know if a woman is in a life or death situation
Mm-hmm.
until she's almost dead, to bring her in and perhaps do some kind of natal care for her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. The food security problem, there are some nutrition programs. The Northwest Arkansas Food Bank is a great help, but they need more. Everybody needs more money. I mean, I see the price of groceries going up every day in my work at the food bank. I know
Sure.
it's a fact.
Yeah.
And what do? We
Mm-hmm.
don't really have any ways to address that. We hear that, oh, we've got to, send the immigrants back home. People don't realize that our food chain supply is mostly because of immigrants. They're
Right.
doing the work on the farms, they're doing the work on the dairies, the chicken plants. So, we've got to think about things in a broader sense. It's not one specific problem. It's a holistic problem that we have to look at every aspect of what's going on. And so I
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
went
it's a
off a little
lot.
bit there, but
No,
what?
that's a good, but that's part of the whole conversation that we're all having, and also, the polarity of our, Republican Democrats. How do you intend to sort of bridge that divide that seems to be so toxic right now? I
It
mean,
is.
creating conversations across the aisle is on everyone's mind. And as a candidate, I know you feel that right now in the
Absolutely.
process of campaigning. You must feel it. It's without a doubt there. How do you feel about that? And how do you intend to continue those conversations and perhaps come together with a cohesion with the opposite side?
Thanks for that question. So many things are not a red or a blue issue,
Right.
or a libertarian issue, but we all want the same things. We all want a good education for the younger generation. We all want good health care. We all want the freedom to to control our own lives.
Hmm.
And none of those are a red or a blue issue. That's just basic human dignity and human rights.
Right.
So I think we need to address it that way. Hey, we're all on the same page here. We might have different ways of getting there, but we all have the same goal.
Hmm.
And that's what compromise is all about. We have no compromise going on in Little Rock right now because we've got a supermajority in the legislature, both in the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Hmm.
We need some alternative voices down there.
Right. Well, I think you're well into the campaign. Elections are right around the
Right
corner,
around
and
the corner.
I
Yeah.
mean, you've got a great vision for what needs to be addressed. If you were speaking directly to the folks that might be in district, the voters of District 6, what would you like to say to them particularly today?
Well, once again, we all want the same things. We really do. And I'm going to break the rules and I'm going to pull out a piece of paper here because I've got some figures written down and I don't want to misquote myself.
Sure.
But I mean, like I said, we are number 50 in maternal mortality. We're number 50 in food insecurity. We're 47th in healthcare. We're 47th in personal safety. And we're 46th in a general quality of life evaluation. Now, one thing we're number one at, teenage pregnancy. So we need to get some kind of
Yeah.
education in the schools. They're trying to just take all of that out of the curriculum. They don't want to teach controversial topics. They don't want books in the libraries that are going to make young people think. So, we've got to open that line of communication completely.
Right.
I
Well,
think I kind of ran off your question there, and
no,
I
no, no,
don't
no.
want
You're fine.
to.
That's fine. Which you've got a lot on your mind, and you've got a lot of issues you're trying to tackle, and being willing to be a part of the solution and raising your hand and saying, I'd like to be a part of the solution. We appreciate you doing that as well as anyone who is running for office. It is a true commitment to be a part of trying to work together with others, and we appreciate you running. Best of luck to you. Where can people find out more about your thoughts and your platform and some of your vision that you have for if you were so lucky to be a part of the solution in office?
Rick Delaney, rickdelaney2024.com.
Rick Delaney 2024.
RickDelaney2024.com.
All
That's
right,
one
that's simple
place.
enough. Okay.
I have a Facebook page that's Rick Delaney for Arkansas, and I welcome anybody to come look, make comments. It's Facebook. It's an open world.
Yeah.
And also, if you'd like to meet me in person, I have a rally going on Friday night. That's Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
If you check out my Facebook page, you can find out all about it. And I hope you come. We've got entertainment. It should be a good time.
Good.
We'll try to see if we can find the comet up in the sky. So that's the best way. Actually, if you catch my website or catch my Facebook page, there are direct lines of communication. There's an email address that you can reach me at. Actually, that is rickdelaney2024@gmail.com. I tried to keep everything simple.
Keep it simple, right? Uniformed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Rick, for coming today and just giving people just a little brief window into your world and what you're trying to accomplish. And thank you for coming today on the channel. You're welcome to come back anytime you'd like to speak with your constituents or anyone else. If you should be able to be in the office, we're here for you.
Let me just make a promise. Let me make a promise to you right now. If elected, I will make it a regular point to come and visit on your show.
All right. Sounds great, Rick. Thank you again for your willingness to serve, and best of luck to you and all the candidates who are raising their hand at this time. We appreciate people being a part of the conversation and trying to come up with solutions for the greater Arkansas area, and specifically for you for running for District 6. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I love your show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a great day, Rick. Hang around in the green room to briefly talk to you after the show. So hang on.
You bet.
All right, guys, y'all know the deal. To go and register to vote. If you haven't registered to vote, I think you still have time to register to vote. I'm not sure. I think it's passed. I think it's passed. All right, well, get yourself ready. Mark the calendar to get your votes in. It's an important part to be. It's an important role as a citizen to be well educated about the people who are running for office. Get yourself to be well informed. Don't depend on hearsay anymore. This is not the world for accuracy. Go straight to the candidate. Go straight to their websites. Find out what you can straight from the horse's mouth, if that's any bit of my 2 cents worth of a recommendation these days. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're out there and you're running for office and you'd like to be on our show, we open this up for everyone. If you want to take a few minutes to talk to the public and you'd like to speak to those people who are part of your district or Arkansas, give us a shout and we'll be happy to have you on our show. Thank you guys for watching us today. Be sure and share this segment with people out there so that we can help spread the word about the things that we're doing, and also to help Rick get more exposure about the things that he's passionate about doing and being a part of the solution. Thank you for watching us today, and we'll see you guys the next time here on the Eureka Springs channel. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.